Hello and welcome to the Freakin restaurant channel. Today we'll be making pastelon. Okay guys, so like I said, today we're going to be making Puerto Rican Pastelon, which is like lasagna, but instead of pasta, we'll be using sweet plantains. Okay, so today we're going to be using this size pan. So this I would probably think is probably about a 4x8 pan or 4x10. I'm not really sure. So this is the size. And the first thing obviously that we're going to do is we're going to heat up some oil. So here I probably have about a cup of oil. And I'm just going to turn on the stove. Oops, wrong one. By the way, Happy New Year's. I wish you nothing but health and happiness on 2017. I am drained, a little tired because I had a long night last night, but I said let me make this this video. So what we're gonna start to do, you want to get the sweet plantains that look like this. Okay, so the darker the better because they'll be sweeter. So the pastelon is really good when it's sweet, but some people don't like it too sweet. So if you don't like it too sweet, then get it, you know, like this. You see the difference? You know, this one is not that black and this one is. So this one obviously will be sweeter than this one. Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is now we're going to take the plantain. We're going to let this oil heat up. So while this oil is heating up, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to cut both ends. Here you go. So we're going to cut those ends, and then what you're going to do is cut straight through the peel, and then you're just going to peel it right there. I'm just going to throw it in the sink. And now what we're going to do is you're just going to place your hand here, and we're going to slice straight through. Okay, so that would be one, and we're going to do this throughout the whole plantain. Okay, try not to do it too thick because you want to try to get as many slices as you can, and always be really careful that you don't cut yourself. Okay, and once again, and just keep on slicing. So it's pretty easy, and obviously practice makes perfect. Just take your time, and you see how thin it is. It's not thick at all. Okay, just be really gentle with it. Then when you get about halfway through it, what you want to do is flip it over like I just did. Throw that there, and then you're gonna go again. Oops. The first one is always like the hardest, I find, because you start off nice and thick, and then you just screw up. So now you see this. Now we're gonna get another. We're gonna slice this in half. So we're gonna take the knife. Oops. There you go, and just, you could probably do more than one here, but we're gonna keep it like this. Just be really careful with the knife, because this one I just sharpened it, and so. And now let's check. The oil needs a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on slicing away here. Okay, so now I think the oil is hot enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place them in. There you go. So that's good. And you want to make sure you keep the oil actually on high or medium high. Okay, that way they fry up really fast, and they don't absorb too much oil. Okay, so I'm just gonna place them all in there. I want you to hopefully come a little closer so you could actually see. So you could fit about 4 or 5 at the same time. So I'm gonna put just like that. And you can look at the flame. I raised it up a bit. And while you check that out, I'm just rinsing my hands here. Make sure, obviously, when you rinse your hands, you're not touching them with your hands wet, because the oil will pop out at you. And you don't want that. Okay, so what I'm going to do basically is continue to keep on slicing away. Here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because this is a twin. So if you ever see these, snatch them up, because for the price of 1, you're getting 2. So once again, I said 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about 8 plantains. So hopefully that's enough. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to keep on slicing these up and frying them, and that's what you want to do. You want to fry them all and then start to assemble. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, so now it is time. I have flipped them over. As you can see, they're nice and golden brown. So what you want to do is either take a plate. I have a tray here with some Bounty to absorb some of the oil. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place them in the Bounty just like this. Oh, oops. So obviously it's oil, so you want to try to be as clean as possible so you don't get your stove so dirty. It's amazing how clean this stove is. We've been here for 3 years and I'm like OCD with cleaning. So and now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on adding them in as we go along. So there you go. And now another thing, when the sweet plantain is like this, that's really black, what's going to happen is going to be really sweet and really soft and mushy. So what you want to do with a plantain like this is you're not going to be able to cut them as thin as you would the ones that are not so thin. So what you want to do is cut them thicker, so when you fry them they don't break apart, because since they're so smushy you got to cut them a little thicker. Okay, so I don't want you to get those that are really ripe and then they're gonna break all over the place. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill this in. I had lowered the flame because I didn't want those to burn as I was taking them up. So now once again I'm gonna fry these and then we'll already start to assemble the base of the pastelon. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna crack 2 eggs. Okay, so I have 1 right there. I like to throw everything in my sink, don't mind me. 2, there you go. We're gonna stir this up really quickly. So you want to give it a good stir for about a minute or 30 seconds. So there you go. The egg is nicely stirred, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to start to make the base. Okay, so we're gonna take the plantains, and you could come closer so you could see, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna simply start to cover the bottom of the pan. Okay, that's what you're gonna do really closely, because the bottom base and the top base should have no holes. Okay, because that is obviously the foundation, so you want to keep it nice and everything nicely covered. So here we have this there, so I'm gonna try to find like a really thin one, which I found here, and I'm gonna place this thin one right on top just like that. Okay, and now you could get a little dirty unless you have a brush, which I don't. I have to make it my business to buy one. So now what I'm gonna do is just take my fingers, and what you're gonna do is throw a little egg, because the egg is gonna act as a binder. So it's gonna bind all of the maduros together. Okay? You don't have to put salt or anything on the egg, just plain egg, okay? And get a little in this little space here. There you go. And right here. And that's good. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'm just going to rinse my hands. And actually, I think we could exchange places. So the camera is going to go on the opposite side. And so here what we're gonna do is, now that we made the base, we're gonna put, it's really hot. So we are going to place the meat right here. So you want to put a layer of meat just like that. There you go, and spread out the meat. You know, I'm never cheap with meat because I'm a meaty type of guy. I like meat. So there you go. We're gonna place that and make sure that everywhere is covered with oh, what's going on here? This is moving. Okay, so just like that. So you want to make sure that you have meat everywhere. Okay, a tiny bit more here, and that is it. Now on top of this, what you're gonna do is put a little cheese. Okay, so we have this cheese here, which is whole milk. They sell the skim, but I like to get the whole one because it just tastes better. So what we're gonna do, since I already had one open, what we're gonna do is, there you go. And you want to make sure that you don't get imitation cheese. You want to make sure that you get real mozzarella cheese, because I know they sell imitation cheese for like $1, but no, it's not going to taste the same. So get yourself some good mozzarella, which for $2.99, I mean, you really can't beat it. And there you go. Just once again, you know, fill it up. Your family's gonna love this, especially the kids, because it's like sweet and a little salty. Like, the combination is delicious. And it's not that hard to make. Obviously the bigger pastelon, you know, it's gonna take some time. So you see, there you have the cheese. And now what we're gonna do again is continue to make the additional floors. Okay, so now that's it. Once again, 2 here, another one, another one there, and this should be the last one. We have a little space there. Now once you're doing the second level, you don't have to worry so much if you have a space or two, because you have a good foundation. But obviously I want to cover that spot there, so I'm just gonna pick a little piece here. So I'm gonna put that there, put this under there. You oops, okay. And now once again with the egg, you're gonna do the same thing. Put the egg just like this. So want to make sure it all binds together, that way when it's cooked, because you have to cook this in the oven. So once you put it in the oven and it cooks, it's sturdy where you could cut it and it's not gonna fall all apart. Okay, so there you go. And now, once again, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just rinse out my hands there. And once again, we're gonna do Another layer. Spread out the meat. Okay, just like that. So there you go. The other meat, now we're going to take the cheese again. There you go. Spread out the cheese. I'm going to add a tiny bit more, because you want all the areas to be pretty much covered, at least a little with cheese. You know, you don't have to put too much, but you know, just like a cheesy lasagna. Like everyone loves a cheesy lasagna. So there you go. Once again, we're gonna go again, and we're gonna do, let's do this side. 1, 2, and I'm just gonna continue here, continuing to do this last layer. This is gonna be the last layer, because you could either do like 2 or 3 layers. It's really your choice. So today I'm just doing, because it's meaty, I'm just doing 2 layers. So it's 2 layers of meat, 3 layers of sweet plantain. Okay, so this is going to be the last layer. Actually, you can stay right there, because this is going to be 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm almost done. So that's the last layer. So in all actuality, you're not going to need so many plantains. I think I used maybe like 4 plantains. Okay, so this is the last layer. So you want to make sure everything is covered up nicely. Okay, so there you go. I'm gonna, so good. Who doesn't like sweet plantains? They're so good. Okay. Okay. Now, rinse my hand a little bit. And look how beautiful it looks already. Doesn't have any holes. Really nice. And then what you're gonna do is drown it with some cheese now, okay? So there you go. You're gonna put nice amount of cheese, okay? Spread it. Oh my God. Just amazing. So good. And I'm putting a lot of cheese now because I didn't use egg. So I'm just putting all of the cheese that we have here. And you're not gonna have to worry, because the cheese is gonna melt and bind it really nicely. Okay, and now what's left to do is open your oven at 350 degrees, and obviously you want to preheat it, which I have it preheated. I turned it off, but I'm going to turn it back on, but it's nice and hot already. And then just place it in the oven, which we're going to do, and we're going to bake it for about 30 minutes, and that's it. Okay, so 30 minutes is up, and now is time to take out the pastelon, okay? Let me just turn off the oven, and oof, very hot. Let's take this bad boy out and look at that gorgeous pastelon. It's like still bubbling. It looks amazing, and it smells, oh my God, I can't wait to dig in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a knife. Give me 1 second, guys. Actually, I'm going to take a spatula, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice chunk, slice it straight. So what you want to do is the ends, the corners, and now I'm going to slice it straight down. Oh my God, it smells. Okay. here goes. Let's put this here. And look at that amazing pastelon. I'm gonna just kind of grab, and there you go. Oh my god. So this is the best time of the video, which is to taste. This looks amazing. It's so full of cheese. So we cooked it for half an hour, and I am just dying to taste it. So here goes. Oh my god. Once again, it's really hot, so just blow. Wow. It's so good. It's so on point. You taste the sweetness, the savory meat, the cheese. So good. So once again, remember 350 degrees. Because I'm not sure if I told you. 350 degrees. You could cook it from anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes. I love you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe. It helps us to grow. Share this and all of our videos on your social media platforms. Go to www.thefreakinrestaurant.com. We sell sofrito t-shirts. These are our newest, latest edition, limited edition. Pasteles, sofrito, mugs. Like us on Facebook. I love you so much. The camera guys tell me what to say. I don't have a prompter, so it's so funny. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, guys, con un buen sabor, todo es mejor. Okay? So, the Freakin' Restaurant. I love you guys so much.